Hey everyone, it's Trevor here with another Daclus quality review. This is part of my New Year's resolution to see every movie that comes out in my theater and do a quick little review of it while sitting in my car on my phone. So today I just went and saw Midnight Special. I don't want to say too much about this because I feel like this is definitely a better movie to go in not knowing much of the plot about, what the plot is about, but a kid has some special powers. You don't know it. It sort of takes its time learning what they are, but it seems to do with some solar sort of electrical stuff. And uh, he was, I guess, prior to the movie, living in sort of a cult-like ranch area with his father, and the father takes him, and they're being hunted by the government because of his powers. So they are trying to escape and go to a specific place. Basically, I mean, it's a very good film. I think the end sort of it lulls a bit. The peak is in the middle. It feels like, but the end is still very good. It doesn't reach greatness. There's nothing that's incredibly great, but there's some really good moments, particularly where it peaks in the middle. But it does go downhill a bit. It gets some of the plot is a little bit doesn't make complete sense. I don't entirely mean just the sci-fi part. I mean more the realistic sort of stuff. It gets a bit like there's some things that are notably questionable that I can't help but look at. I mean, they're not terrible. They're just little nitpicks mostly, but there's something to note. But I mean, other than that, it's still a very good movie. I highly recommend it. Um, I guess it sort of I could see it being a bit boring. It particularly actually at the end, like after the peaks, it sort of lulls for a bit, and then it does pick up. But I don't know. I think the lull can take away a little bit from the end. Um, and some of the end is after one of the big moments. There's sort of the denouement, um, is not isn't so great. I think it's a little. Mm, uh, yeah, it's not great. I don't didn't really like what they sort of the last little bits of just resolving sort of stuff. I don't want to say I can't say too much, but basically little sort of bits to show you what's happening after big thing happens. Um, I don't think was very good. But it's still a very good movie. I still recommend it. Um, it's not going to be a huge blockbuster, and it's not incredibly emotional. It's somewhat emotional, but I didn't find myself particularly getting too emotional during it. And I've said before I'm kind of easy to become emotional, but this one didn't do that for me. So maybe it's not as good as I would have liked, at least in that aspect. But it's still good. It's still quite good. Um, I think that's all I have to say for now. Just I can't say too much about the actual plot, though I think I said more than I needed to. But it's good. It's a good movie. What else? Basically, I'm gonna watch a couple more movies came out this week, including Hardcore Henry and Demolition. So I'll see one of those tomorrow and one the next day. That's pretty much how it'll work. Uh, yeah. So thank you everyone for watching, and until I review one of those movies, I don't know which one I'll do first. I will see you later. Subscribe to this YouTube channel at Geek Wars here. We It's not just me doing these reviews, but you can check out more of them. I also uh, do some reaction videos with my friends to trailers. So it's geeky things, as the title suggests in Geek Wars. So it's mostly comic book movie trailers that we react to. We also do a podcast called Geek Wars Podcast, where we just talk about geeky news and stuff that's out in the world. Again, mostly comic book movies because we're comic book fans. But check that out at Geek Wars Podcast on your favorite podcatcher. You can also find Geek Wars Podcast on Twitter at Geek Wars Podcast. You can find me on Twitter at Daclus. Spelling is in the title of the video. Thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, I say again, goodbye.